Good evening, folks. Welcome to another mapping stream. First one that we've done in a while, which is pretty cool. I kind of wanted to do this tonight because I got to start chapter 4 from scratch. Yay! Which is great. So basically what we're going to do is I'm just going to talk through for the next hour or so my process of how I get through starting a new map, really, and sort of just show it from the start, really, which is going to be cool. Oh yeah, CW. I just read your comment. Yes, that is going to just cut off all of a sudden. It's an old playlist that I got going in the background there, that I've just chucked together. So yeah, let's go straight in with this. I'm just rolling open mic at the minute. I might go quiet every now and then if I'm concentrating on something. You might hear things in my house going on. Just, deal with it. It's all good. We'll get through it. It's going to be cool. So let's rock. Let's rock with this shit. Holy crap. So basically, when I'm starting a new map, the first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is make sure we got a VMF, because I don't want Hammer to crash, which it will. You know Hammer will crash. So this is easy to C41. It's going to be the start of our chapter 4. And one of the things that we're leading into this from another map. So what I'm going to have to do is go into the previous map, and I'm going to have to take some geometry from that, and I'm going to have to apply it to this map. And one thing that I'm going to have to watch out for straight away is obviously the world origin here. Those of you who are familiar with mapping with Source will probably know a little bit about 3D skyboxes and stuff like that. The world origin is where our sky camera is going to sit eventually when we build the 3D skybox. And this map will have a 3D skybox. So we've got to make sure that that area is clear, because we don't want any geometry covering that. So we just want to come out of the way of that and just make sure that whatever we do, we can just happily stay out of the way of the world origin for now. So like I said, I'm just going to hop into one of the previous maps. This is where the previous map will finish. Some of you may not have seen this. I don't think I've actually shown this map off very much, especially not on a stream, because it contains some pretty big spoilers. One thing that we're going to do before we pull the map across is we're going to chuck in a landmark. I know I'm probably going at 100 miles an hour, but this is something I do all the time, so I'm just sort of going through the motions in my head. What I'm doing at the minute is just placing a landmark, obviously, so that when it comes to building the transition later, it's just easier. I don't have to try and match geometry in the other map. So we're just going to start selecting everything that we want to be included in the second map from this, which can be a little bit tedious because we have to select everything in this room. We want the cube map as well. Let's grab everything we got going here. Peek through the elevator doors there. We want the floor. We're probably going to need that as well, so we don't have to bring in anything else. No. So we're going to take that. It's just a simple elevator. Let's take these with us into the other map. And it doesn't really matter where we put it in the other map, as long as it's not near the world origin and as long as it's snapped to the grid. So we're just going to take that and we're just going to drop that in right there. Let's Control B that just to snap that to the grid. Looks a bit cack-handed. Hang on, let's just make sure far enough away from there. And I'm really perfectionist, so I'm like lining this shit up like proper, like making sure this is properly lined up. Stuff like that. Let's have a look. Let's go and see what we got. Okay, so there we go. Chapter 4 in its infancy. An elevator floating in space. Oh, I tell you what, I did forget to bring something. Actually, I've just remembered. Let's just open that up again. It's really important that I bring these across, because these are going to be functional for us, and I'll probably bring across this geometry as well, actually, just to make things a little bit smoother, continuity and all that, so we can just bring them across. Let's have a look. Here we go. them. Oh, look at that. See, I've been really naughty there, and I didn't snap that to the grid. So it's probably going to leave a big hole. Yeah, look at that. When I've built that brush, I'll have to correct that at some point. It's all good. It's all good. I can do some, I'm just reading in the YouTube chat there, I can answer some questions at the end of the stream. I don't mind doing that. But right now, I'm just going to focus. Because if you speak to the guys on the team, they'll tell you that when I'm mapping, I turn everything off usually. I just jump right in. So I'm not going to be focusing on questions until the end. I'm just going to jump right in and get this going. So I haven't really decided what kind of palette I'm going to have for this area in particular. So I'm just going to slap something on there at the minute that is basically, we're going to run with it and then we're probably going to end up changing it. But for now, it's just, we want something that isn't that texture that's already on there. We want something differentiating. Because I've already got a vision in my head as to what I'm going to have for this section. But it's just about, we kind of got to find a temporary thing to chuck on there, something like that. It's just temporary. Just differentiate it a bit to give me a bit of an idea as to where I'm going. So, first things first, we want to drop in the good old player start and all of that jazz. Let's just align him. We want to chuck in the suit, obviously. And what are we going to have when we come out of this elevator? We're going to have the pistol. See, it's really important we keep track of what weapons we're going to be having, because previous to this point we lose all of our stuff. But we are at least going to have a pistol and a 357 by this point. So it's kind of cool just to throw in some bits for the player there. And I'm guessing we will have souped up a bit so we can have some batteries in there to just give us some suit power. We just kind of just want to give the player something, so it's kind of like an accurate test from the word go, so we know what we're doing when we sort of start things going. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we want to invoke the doors. Let's have a look. We can worry about lift logic later, the lift shaking and the sound, so I'm not too fussed about that at the minute. All I want is for the doors to open when we land in the map. Let's have a look. Okay. So straight away, we've got our sort of base. One thing I'm just going to do, because it's bugging me right now, this is just OCD, so I'm just going to shift this up. It's all come undone because it's not aligned. There we go, perfect. I just like to be on the grid. That's just a perfectionist thing. It doesn't have, you know, it has some merit, I guess, if you want to do texture merging and stuff like that, but yeah. Okie dokie. So let me just talk to you a little bit about map planning and stuff. What I usually do is I'll basically have an idea in my head and I'll draw out a really rough sort of plan on a bit of paper, which I've done. Obviously you can't see it because it's on paper. But the reason why I don't go too deep into that is because my plan should always be malleable and they should be able to be changed at this stage. So when I'm building things, I should be able to change things if I want. So it's really important for me, with my sort of style that I do. I call it John Romero style mapping, because it's what he did, where he basically does as little planning as possible. You sort of just jump in and you kind of let the map build itself. So essentially what I've got right now in my head is I've got a very simple idea of where this map is going to go from this point, and that's what I'm going to be fleshing out tonight, the sort of starting phases of that. We're just going to have a look and see how far we can get. And as I go, I'll just explain various things that I'm doing, and you'll be able to see this idea that I've got in my head hopefully sort of come to life. So for starters, in terms of the game, the story and stuff like that, when we come out of the underground, we're in an underground section previous to this, we're sort of back upstairs in our bite, which is the sort of it's a cover, as we know now from the trailers and stuff, spoilers, for an aperture facility. It's an old sort of communications array facility, etc., etc. And we've already nailed a style for that. So one of the easiest things to do if I want to look to match that style is I can just literally hop into one of the chapter 2 maps. So here we go. So straight away I've got my palette there, I've got all the colours I need. I can even, if I really wanted to, I could take some lights if I wanted to, so that I could get the palettes for that. I've got my flooring, I've got everything I need here, really. So I'm going to be hopping back to this map every now and then when I'm sort of doing my thing. So I'm just going to take this. One thing that I'm big on, obviously, is texture alignments. It's something that I wasn't so big on in Entropy 0, but I've kind of started to appreciate the value of it, and that's where the grid obviously comes in handy, because it kind of just helps with that. There we go. See, that's a nice aligned texture there, and you can tell up here as well. You've got sort of 2 grid squares here and 2 grid squares there, so it's all about keeping things even and on the grid. If you keep things even on the grid, your textures are going to line up in most cases. You know, they're sort of designed to do that in most cases. We can sort of extend this out. Now, I don't know how long I want this corridor yet. I haven't really figured that out, so it's variable, but the way that I'll measure it actually is to use the actual texture itself. So I'll actually look at the tiles on the texture. So I'm not just going to say, right, it's going to be this long, because that cuts off some of the tiles over here and it just looks naff. So it's about thinking about, you know, what's going to make it look good. And in this case, you can see as well, the texture here is cut off. We're sort of cutting off tiles here, but we're actually on the grid. So it's really important to I find it's important to sort of take notice of that. And that will give us like a nice sort of idea of sort of how long this corridor is going to be. But this isn't going to be too long, this bit, because my plan is to sort of spur another little bit up here like this. But I think in this case this needs to be a little bit longer. That'll do. And then what we can do right here is really quick, we're just going to flip that geometry 90 degrees, bang, just like that, and then we just snap it in. Because we've stuck with the grid, what you can see here is that the tiles are lining up. It's really nice. We should be able to just right click. With a little bit of encouragement, the texture now matches, and we don't have to worry about doing any of that, because we know that the dimensions are correct. It's matching up with that, just like that. Don't have to faff around or anything like that. Sorry. So, next I'm just going to go grab a wall texture. Let's grab, I guess we could have this. This is probably more likely to be in this little bit in here. Oh, bloody hammer. Haven't had any crashes yet, but I'm expecting it, you know. Kind of expect a hammer to just explode in my face all the time nowadays. It's really important to keep up with the no draw, obviously. Look at that, it's completely naked there. Just rotated, that's interesting. That is horrid. No rotations, don't need it. Bottom left. There we go. Perfecto. So already we could kind of see we're getting a feel for the palette of the map already. We don't have to dev texture everything. If we've got a palette already, we don't have to bother doing that. It's just creating more work for you if you're doing that. And it's just going to take you longer to get to the sort of endpoint. I sort of agree that dev textures are good if you're fleshing things out, but the way I do it If I've got a plan and if I've got a palette, I'm just going to jump straight in with it. Map gets finished way faster. Here's another tip. If you want your corners to look nice, something that I learned that a lot of, you kind of see this in a lot of Valve maps. This is like a really sharp corner here, and that won't look very nice in game. And one of the things that we do in our bite is that we like to smooth the corners off, so we just smooth that corner like that. There is a sort of drawback to that, and that is you get a little tiny hole down here, so you just have to remember to extrude this floor segment by 1. But of course it doesn't affect the texture to the player, it only affects it underneath the wall. Okay, so it's a good start. We're kind of getting a feel already for, you know, getting a feel for what it's going to kind of look like, which is really important. Something else I sort of like to do is if I can keep it to the seams, I will. And what I mean by that is, if we just let's just renew this brush. Change that alignment there as well. Let's just. What I mean by that is, I find it's good practice when you're merging brushes like this. I'm making a wall here. I could drag this wall down like that. Some people like to do that when they're making a corridor. So you've got the floor and the wall like that. You see how they merge like that. Some people like to do that, but it's actually much better practice to just do it like this. Just merge it on the corners there. I think I've heard mappers in the past say that they're worried that things are going to leak. Nothing's going to leak out there. If your vertices are touching, nothing's going to leak. It's fine. And the benefit of that obviously is your texture scaling. You can literally merge a texture to the ground just like that. You see, it just does it. It's really nice. Nice and easy. It's all about making your life easier whilst you're doing this. Let's just flip this. A lot of the geometry that you'll see in Entropy 0, anything that I make, most of it is just reused. So basically we made these 2 walls out of this wall here. And when I was making this wall, I probably made it out of this wall here. So there's no point in drawing new brushes if you don't have to. You can save time again on just holding shift, dragging a brush and just resuiting it. It just makes life so much easier and so much faster to sort of do it. Now, I haven't really thought about detail in this bit yet. I do need to refresh my memory on corners like this. I don't know what we were doing in our bite for the corners like that. Let's have a quick look. I can smooth that one off, but I may have... Yeah, see, like here, I smoothed the corner off there. That's really important to nail that aesthetic, because our bite is kind of smooth. It's supposed to be less like these sort of sleek-looking concrete offices. So you can actually see here where I've detailed them, and I'll get onto that in a sec as well. So let's just build that into here. We may as well do that for this bit just here, just almost like a demonstration. Just drop in a no draw brush in the corner if you want to smooth it like this. Shave it. And obviously paint. And the other thing to watch out for sometimes is faces and stuff. See, it's face really like that line. There we go, it's all aligned. It's really important. Brushes like this. Let's turn this music down a little bit. Hang on. If you're using brushes in places like this, you should be detailing them, because it will lower your compile time. I'm not going to go into the details. I mean, people who might be watching this might obviously understand that, but for the folks who are new to mapping or want to get into mapping and stuff like that, it's pretty important that you detail using Func Detail. Just bind that entity to brushes like this, because it won't intersect with any of these surrounding brushes. It will make your compile times faster because it's not going to make another portal. It's to do with lighting. Yeah, it's just way better to do it like that. And what I can actually do with this, if I'm going to go with this aesthetic for this corridor, I will literally just chuck this in the corners. as well, and it just gives it that sort of tidy, sort of rounded look. You can obviously go back in and you can realign textures if you need to. It's important to check the textures, like these faces here. Sometimes the faces fall off, and that's something else that can catch people out. If your alignment faces fall off, the textures aren't going to align. Little things like that. It's a nice little corridor now. Don't know how I'm going to light it yet, haven't thought about that. Might not like this bit. We might just have the light from the elevator pouring out, and that can sort of light this little bit down here for us. I haven't thought about detail either. See, currently just thinking about the flow and where we're going with the map. I want to shorten this bit a little bit. I don't think this needs to be as long as it is currently. Let's just bring that in. That's my son upstairs, I'm sorry about that. Bread dad. I am a father. It is hard work. So what I'm doing here is I'm using existing geometry that I already have to try and define the geometry that I'm going to continue with, and define the shape of the rooms that I've got coming up. I've already established the width here of corridors, and I don't like to change that once I've established it. So I'm going to continue to use this width here and here. I'm just going to keep using that width. Even if I pull this out a little bit, which I probably will. So look, is that going to match? No, I'll be careful with that. Textures. Again, like that. Things like that, like consistency and stuff like that. Mustn't forget as well that I'm sort of smoothing these corners here, so I'm just going to extrude that like that. Otherwise, it's going to break my smoothing, which kind of looks weird now. Did I do that? Did I drag that at some point by accident? I can't remember. I swear I did that properly. Just goes to show I probably didn't. So there we go. Fixed. These little things, you gotta know about them. You see how I done that there as well? It's a real sneaky one. I pulled a sneaky one on you there. You see how we were going to shave this corner as well. It's really important to bring this corridor brush right up here to the edge of the wall here, because otherwise, if we were rolling like this, you'd have that hole, and it's just, I mean, like in the gap here, let's say that we had this corridor brush like this, so you'd have that hole there. This is real important to do that. Keep it nice and consistent. There we go, look at that. It's coming together already. Nice little corridor, got a little elevator going on here. We're going to come out here, there's going to be a door right here. It's going to be a big room here. And that room is going to be full of rebels that are hiding from the Combine. The Combine are going to be just on the other side of the wall. It's going to be really exciting to sort of see. So, it's pretty banging. I'm going to drag this out to here. For now, I might change that, because the thing is, walls like this is just so fucking bland. First F-bomb of the night. It's just really sort of really bland. So we might have to do something with that wall, but not too fussed about that right now. We're just gonna drag this up here. Again, keep it to the seams. Let's just drag it across. Yeah, I don't really care about this place. This is gonna be a dead end door. Love me dead end doors. They're so good. Way too many of them in Entropy 0. But they're great for detail. Let's put it like that. Okay, we'll do it. We'll slap a. I'll slap a dead end door in there in a minute. But this next room in here is going to be real interesting, and I want to define that soon. So, in terms of its dimensions and stuff like that, we really need to start thinking about it. I kind of do want to break the corridor width here for a reason. I kind of want to have two doors here so that the player has a choice as to which door he enters through. Sort of building on that player experiences to add value to replay, and if the player dies, it's not just running through the same door again. So maybe I am actually going to stretch this out a bit, and I'm actually probably am going to shrink this corridor down. Let's just pull that out of the way for a sec. And you see I'm doing this all off the top of my head. My plans, my drawn plans now are changing, but it's all about just keeping it malleable so I can do this. And the other thing, actually, pulled a major goof right here already, is I haven't considered that there's going to be an intersecting wall here. So, should probably plan for that. This brush isn't actually going to be here, it's going to be somewhere like here, because you're going to have a two grid-lined air gap sort of between, to sort of build the connecting wall out. This is one of those rare cases where I'm actually going to intersect a wall like that. You see, right angle intersection there. I'm actually going to do it for now. That might change. See what happens. And then, just for sort of detail, we're going to slap underneath here a little door frame thingamajiggy. I think we've already got one, haven't we? There it is. There she blows. It's all about detail. Capture that detail now before you go back and do your detail pass. It'll save you so much time. Right, let's grab a couple of doors. This is like the really lazy breadman way of getting a door into your map. Just take one you made like 6 months ago that is present in every single one of your maps and just retexture it. Right. Yes, CW, I do apologize about that. We really need to get some new batteries. There it goes! It's very frustrating. But at least it's still alive. Don't know if this texture in between the door frame there is what I want to use for this yet, but we're just gonna run with it for now. It don't really matter. Let's clean up these unused faces. Ain't gonna need them. Wow, look at that. Talk about bad practice, Brett, man. Look at that. Unused faces, man. It had to be perfect. Okay. It's kind of nice, really. It's like... So you're kind of getting a little feel for the player flow now. We're going to be coming around here. There's going to be a conversation with some rebels going on behind these doors, which hopefully CW will be able to put together, like he did for the start of Chapter 2. No rush on that. And then we're going to sort of come through here, and there's going to be some rebels in here, which we're going to hopefully flesh that out tonight. I just want to make sure that I'm on the right track with our style, because it's really important. If we've defined a style, we've got to stick to it. Is that the same? So we're using that, and we're using that, okay. Okie dokie. Walls are just going to be like this. And where's that? This is just repeated. The playlist is just repeated itself. I was just going to say, where's that track? That fucking banging track that CW put together. Let's have a look. It's called This Was Home. I love this track. CW props, man. It's real nice. It's good for mapping too. Right. Backward only. Doesn't matter. Oh, let's turn it off. Okay, so we've got our door. I'm going to slap in another one. This map can fit so many fucking doors in it. Let's slap that in over here somewhere. What we're going to do soon, folks, is in a little while we're going to jump into Discord and just going to chat some shit with the team. It's going to be cool. Do that shortly. This is going to be interesting here because I haven't got any floor underneath this bit. Might have to make a little bit for the intersection down there. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I get to it. Let's just build this door frame. I'm really big on unspent faces, so let's just make sure that we get this right. Where are we going by one? Come by one. It's great. I fucking love doing this because one thing that's always I've loved about mapping when I was like a kid, when I was younger, and I discovered it, it's that you have this idea of this like world in my mind, and you can actually make it come to life. You can actually bring it to life and use it. See it. You can walk around that world. It's great. Okay, there we go. So we've got two nice doors there leading into this room. So the player has a kind of choice as to which door we're going to go raid the rebels from. You can go through the left door, you can go through the right door. It's totally up to you. Might even put a vent in up here for the a sort of like a grenade, so you could lob a grenade in if you wanted to go that approach. Maybe we could do that. So we could plan for that right now. Let's do that. Let's chuck in a grenade vent. Redman isn't going to use carve. I'm gonna do this shit properly. How big should we have this little grenade vent? I'm thinking of see in my head, my mind's eye, I've got like a letterbox shaped vent. So it's not like a square, it's a letterbox. So we can't see straight in there. We can just hear them and maybe throw something in at them. I'm just going to chuck in a player start here as well, so just to make sure that I'm all right with my dimensions and stuff. So it's quite a spacey corridor, which might annoy me as we get into it, because lots of unused space is not good. One of the keys to detailing your map properly is to make sure that you're using your space adequately and that you don't have too much space. Because even if we filled up this corridor with crates and stuff, I think even just looking at it now, I can tell already it's just a bit too spacious, so we might have to shape this down. We'll do it later. It's no problem in a minute. Not too fussed about that right now. Let's have a look. Really nice to be able to do this and to show it off, because for so many weeks, months in fact, we've been really secretive about chapter 3 because of the content. We want to keep that quiet because it's going to add so much value when you get there, when you're finally playing Entropy 02. But let's have a look at this. Let's design this letterbox vent thing. It's more of an opening, I guess. We want it to look nice, so maybe if we just bring that up. See, this is where source really annoys me. Texture isn't quite on that line, so we're gonna have to go into like really refine sort of grid values here. Yeah, CW. See, I'm definitely thinking about that. In my mind's eye, this was metal, like really wanted to do this bit metal, like underground, because then you'd see rebels in an aperture setting, and that would just be really cool, because we want to explore more of that no man's land. So it might be that in a minute I change it. I have been thinking about it. Probably will happen. There we go, it's a nice little letterbox vent, doesn't have to be any more fancier than that. If I want to spruce that shit up, I can just detail it later, I guess. Just notice something, this isn't on the grid. There you go. So let's just make sure that's on the grid. Get on the grid, you fucking bastard. Fucking bastard. Right, here we go. Ain't that nice? Look at this. It's come together real nice. I don't want to put no ceiling on it yet because I don't know how I'm going to light it. And the time of day is going to be a bit different, so we haven't really nailed that yet. Oh, one really important thing, actually, color correction. Let's get that down now so that we can see straight away what this map's going to look like. We use color correction in, I think, pretty much all of our maps, and it just adds value, so much value. If you're like making your own thing, you haven't played with color correction for your scenes, seriously try it. It's fucking amazing. It just adds so much, so much. This little fucking thing here. Perfecto. CW wants a backup info player start. I'm just gonna sort that out for him right now. It's a really important thing that we actually fix this. Actually, try to do this. It's really, really important. So if you don't actually do this, the game actually just loads into Half-Life 2 as Gordon Freeman. So we have to do this if you want to play as bad cop. So if you're mapping with the SDK, just remember to actually put his mask on. Otherwise, you'll end up being Gordon. Hokey cokey. Let's have a think about this. This is just going to be dead end behind here. I don't want anything behind here. I don't need anything behind here. I haven't really thought about this yet. I think this room needs to be differentiated simply because it's kind of like making a statement. It's going to be saying that we're kind of exploring here the no man's land between Half-Life and Portal. So we're going to bring some rebels into a more aperture themed area. And the other thing we're going to do is, primarily from our Byte's point of view, you only ever saw the aperture stuff when you were downstairs. So you had this introduction to our Byte, and then you went downstairs, you saw all of aperture. What we're going to do here is we're going to blur the lines completely. So up here, it's going to be a mixture of our Byte and aperture and rebels. It's going to be it's going to sort of be like an amalgamation, a cornucopia, if you will, of fucking rebels and like our Byte and aperture. So we're just going to hop in now, and what we're actually going to do, I think, is we're not going to for this room, we're not going to take from the palette of chapter 2, we're going to take from the palette of chapter 3, and I've got to be really careful when I'm floating around here because there are some mega spoilers down here. So this place is pretty safe. Let's just start taking some bits from here. Oh, arse cheeks, I always do that. Know what you're thinking, I know you might be thinking it's going to look really off, but we're just going to try it. We're just going to roll with it. Let's just roll with it. Let's just see what it looks like. I don't know, darker matter or lighter metal, but for now, we'll just roll. In fact, actually, you know what? Might be better to go with that lighter metal, because that's more synonymous to Portal 1. Just thinking out loud here. Yeah. Something like this. This is like Portal 1 vibes, man. Fucking Portal 1. What an amazing game that was, man. When that came out, holy shit. Blew my mind. Just want to make sure that this is properly fucking aligned on the fucking grid. Ooh, that's important. Okay. Okay, right, yeah, that's fine. I know the sort of white frames look out of place, but that it will probably be fine. And if it isn't, we can change it, but I'm not fussed about that right now. So these rebels are going to be hiding in here, they're shooting the shit, they're sort of keeping it down because you've got fucking Combine on the walls outside, and they think that they've probably survived and that they can sort of hide in here. They're probably going to be thinking about, maybe talking about what they can do next. You know, what's our next move? How are we going to get out of here? There are Combine everywhere. What are we going to do? And then Bad Cop's just going to bust in, and he's basically going to rumble them and murder them all. It's going to be really cinematic, and yeah, I'm sure players will just love it. It's going to be really cool because we sort of had deprivation from fighting the rebels as well prior to this point. So when we get up there, it's just going to be cool. Players are going to love it. They're going to have some new toys. You're going to get some new toys in this bit as well. You'll have new toys by this bit, I should say. So yeah, it's going to be wicked. You'll actually get a chance. And also, I guess what it does is it's sort of showing that this next stage, this next area is going to be primarily rebel antagonists again. We're sort of going back to that. Just want to get rid of that. Don't need that, do I? Don't fucking need that brush. You want to lead the player? If you want to lead the player, have a door like this and just leave it open. Just have it open. Fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Fucking. There it is. Open forward. Nice. Okay, so he's going to be open. I'm going to have to be careful with this actually. I'm not going to be able to use that brush. I know this probably all looks a little bit weird, but I promise you it all makes sense to me in my head. It'll be fine. Just fine. I don't know what I want here yet. I thought about having something here in my head. I picture like something here just to make it a bit more interesting, but I don't know. Maybe it'll just be like a wall or something. I don't know. I want to fill this room with props because really interesting dynamic. The Zen relay grenade, as you saw in our trailer, when you throw it, it basically sucks everything into it. Enemies, props, everything it can. And depending on the weight of the amount of mass that it has consumed, it will spit out an enemy depending on the amount of mass. So if you just suck up like a few small things, it'll spit out a head crab. But if you suck up an entire room of stuff, you'll get like a bull squid or something bigger. So things like this are really cool because you could be out here and you could trade the rebels for a Zen creature, basically by saying, I'm going to just Zen grenade them. You chuck the grenade in and through the vent, it will suck in the whole room and it will spawn a Zen creature. So it's either like, do you want to deal with the rebels or do you want to like deal with a bull squid or something like that? It's kind of cool. It's all about replayability, giving player choices, just spices things up a bit. And the other cool thing, of course, is if you don't get all the rebels in the room with the Zen grenade, the creature that it spawns is then going to go to town on the rebels, so it's kind of like a bit of backup. You got that infighting, which is nice as well. It's a really, really cool dynamic thing that we've got going on with the relay grenade. Okay, let's have a look at this. For now, I think I'm just going to like tack these walls in like this. It's just, do you know what? I could probably do something with this bit. I did want to do something here. You know, we could make it really interesting. We could make that bit really interesting, which I think I will do. Let's just bring this here. This bugs me. This, because we're aligned here. Maybe it's because... No, we are. We should be aligned. There we go, we're not. That's alright, okay. Talking don't want to go too crazy on this bit because chapter 4 is all about outside with the APC, and we will get to that. We will get to that. This is kind of just like, obviously, the start of the chapter, so we got a little intro going on. We've got to get outside first. And there's a reason why we're going to be inside. There's a reason for everything I do. I think about all of this. Is that fucking even? Fuck. 3x3? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll do. It's funny you say that, CW, because I was actually really been thinking about doing that, breaking the established sort of what we're used to. Most Half-Life 2 chapter titles come after a level load or a map load, but I was thinking about doing exactly that, and sort of breaking that norm. My thinking is, if you were to start chapter 4, sorry, I can't remember which chapter we're on. If you were to start chapter 4 from the menu, it would drop you at that point rather than have you do this bit. Yeah, there would be a way of doing that to sort of keep that. You want to start chapter 4, well, that's where it starts, kind of thing. So, like, does it? Chapter 2? Which chapter is that? With its first chapter? I can't remember. Oh no, it does, doesn't it? Because I think the cool thing about episode 2 was the intro was such an important part of it that they sort of left it to sort of not distract players. Man, I don't like this fucking texture. Let's find something else for that. I know I've got this really nice one. There it is. There she is. Some of these portal textures remind me of mapping for Quake 2 back in the day. They're very similar, like the colours of the metal. Back in the fucking good old days. Quake fucking 2, man. Using Quark, my Windows 98 dinosaur PC. I don't know. Fucking hell. Fucking don't know. Ah, that's very generic. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what we could do if we really want to be fancy? Oh my god, that's my cat, Douglas. He's my special boy. Come here, boy. He's my special boy. He's hungry for a snack. Right. Orange. There she is. Tell you what, let's have some nice, bit like downstairs, some nice orange glow coming out of here. I think that would look really good. Probably gonna have to use some sprites. Maybe. I don't know. I really would like to jump into another map, but there is the potential for some serious spoilers, so I'm gonna see if we can just avoid the spoilers completely by turning off. Don't crash on me. By turning off NPCs. Okay. All gravy, baby. Check this huge fucking map out. I'm not going to spoil it too much. I'm just going to fly. The reason I'm going down here is because I need some light, which I didn't put down here. Look at that. It's no concept. God damn it. Where did I use that light? Where did I use that light? Here we go. No, I think I can brighten that up as well. Oh. Fucking ass. Douglas, man, seriously, man. Come on. Come on. Nope. Turns out that in this map, didn't use that lighting, so I'm going to have to go to another map. Pray to God there's no spoilers. Pray to God there's no spoilers. I'm only here for the lighting. Doug, man, seriously. My cat is like constantly hungry all the fucking time. Is this the kind of light that I'm looking for? Great, input light. When do we change this shit, man? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That there, right there. Got it. We got it. Let's just tone that down. So lighting is mostly experimental for the sort of beginning phases. This is an experiment. This isn't something that I recommend. This is me trying something out, seeing if it works. So yeah, just in case you were wondering, this is just me figuring it out right now. Not too fussed about it yet. I want to get the geometry in. Where's that soft glow gone, man? There it is. You see, you get to know these sprites and textures and everything. Get to know them. Put in a world space glow just like that. This is the other important thing as well. The fucking colours right. And that'll just give us a nice little bit of glow. We could probably pepper these if we really wanted to make it look like the fucking shit. Let's just pepper these sprites. You get a sprite, you get a sprite. That's not too bad. It's kind of like fake HDR. This is like fake HDR. It's like Botox for your lighting. Okay, next thing, props. I'm super lazy, so I don't usually jump into the prop editor, the prop selection thingy, especially if I'm trying to create a look that I've already done. So what I'm going to do is grab this. Should I? Yeah, I'll just leave it open, because I'm probably going to be coming back to that. Grab this in here, let's flip that shit. Flip that shit, boy. And I completely got it completely off. I'm fucking way off, but it's okay. It's okay. Breadman thinks of these things. What we're gonna do is bring that down to match. Just rearrange this a little bit. It is okay. We can get through this. It's just this hole at the back. It's going to be a bit of a hole, but I don't care about that. I'm going to sort that out in a minute. It's all gravy. Good. It's fucking perfect. Now the only problem obviously is that the fences up here are higher than the walls, but this room, just extend the ceiling a bit. We could probably have some cables and stuff hanging down from the top to sort of make it look a bit nicer. It's just flavour, basically. It's just flavour. A bit of flavour for your maps. Probably gonna need to bring all this down. It's a great point, actually. It didn't move my sprites, did I? What a fucking amateur move. Fucking amateur. Fucking bloody Nora. Fucking bang on, look at that. Just need to extend this up. We obviously need to sort this shit out right here. Let's just sort this out. Now, folks, what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to go and grab a cup of tea, because I'm may be called Bread Man, but it may as well be called Tea Man because I just drink so much fucking tea. It is criminal. I love my tea. Should we fucking do that? This looks a bit ass. Ass! It's good enough. Right, we need some steps, which I could have actually grabbed from that map. God damn it. We're going up. We're going across. Please don't crash on me, Hammy. Piece of shit. Do not crash on me. Look at these wonderful, shitty stairs I made. Let's just grab these. Look at that. Big fan of reusing stuff, by the way. Don't think there's a problem with that at all. No point in spending 6 hours rebuilding stairs if you've already got them. What's the fucking point? Just wastes your time. Shite. Fucking shite. What am I gonna do with these? See these little challenges that pop up when I'm doing this shit? Think about that next time you're in a Bread Man map and you look at a sprite, you just think, fucking Bread Man, I had to think about where he was going to put that fucking sprite. That's what I love about mapping, man. It's all handmade. Everything is done manually. Fuck. There we go. That's what I want. That's not a problem. I can deal with that in a minute. I'm not too fast. Really don't care about that. We could squish this. Just do it the old-fashioned way. So, I mean, I can do we could do like a Q&A at the end of the stream, but currently there are 6 chapters that have planned substance, I'll say. There is a 7th chapter, but that's kind of like for the end of the mod. Currently, everything is malleable, anything could change. So, that's your answer to that. What is it called? What's it called? Is it a truss? It's not a truss, is it? Support? No. Beam? No. Lining? Fuck. Struts. It's a strut. Fantastiche. Just gonna chuck in some struts. Don't know if they're gonna look good or not. Oh, that's really nice actually, because that's actually met the thing right on there. Fucking bang on. That is delicious. Can we do the same for here? No, of course we can't. That'll have to do. Yeah, it's definitely looking to be a longer mod currently than Entropy 01. By how long, I don't know, but it's definitely, I think, with the maps that we've got at the minute, I think if you ran, so we've run to chapter 3 in Entropy 02, this is obviously chapter 4. If you compared chapter 1, 2 and 3 of Entropy 0 to chapter 1, 2 and 3 of Entropy 02, Entropy 02 is longer, definitely. What were they thinking? I need to watch Angry Video Game now again. I haven't seen him in ages. He's fucking cool. So you see what I've done there is I've just changed the texture to sort of give it a bit of variation. It just makes it look a little bit more, a little bit nicer. Another cool thing, other cool trick as well. A lot of people know about this box, but did you know you can use minus numbers to flip objects in the opposite direction? Oh shit. No more typing in 270. If you want to flip something reverse 90, you just put a fucking minus in there. Minus that bitch. It's just so much quicker. Minus that bitch. We could have some vent lights and shit. That's gonna be, that could look really nice. So you can kind of see, should probably get a bit more methodical about explaining this because that's the whole point for your benefit. You can kind of see how none of this was planned, none of this was on paper. Like the vent wasn't on paper, none of this was on paper. I didn't plan this. This has come together naturally as I've built the map. I've sort of wanted to put something here and I've just slapped it in. I'm thinking about some shelves, maybe some turret things or something like that. We could probably put a rebel up there because that's kind of interesting. Sort of seeing him, shooting him through the fence here, stuff like that. But on the other hand, I mean, that's fine. I've just got to be careful with how detailed I go because I have to bear in mind that this map is going to be an outdoor map, primarily. So it's just about getting the right balance, I think. We've sort of cut it close with a lot of the sort of last couple of maps that we did. The last 2 maps that we did, I've cut really, really close with just how big the map is and how Hammer is handling it with the amount of brushes when we're rendering, when we're compiling the map, how many entities are in the map. So I've got to be really careful because I've just been going fucking all out with Entropy 02. And these maps are getting bigger and bigger, so I kind of just got to tone it down a little bit sometime and just sort of remember, like, this map has, you know, a purpose, and that purpose is to give us the APC and to get us on the road. Get us on the fucking high road, mate. Don't know if we've publicly stated that, but yeah, this is going to be the APC segment, essentially. I think Highway 17, but up in the Arctic. Let's just bring this. Yeah, just to answer the cool dogs thing there. Yep, we've got a nice APC, kindly donated from the Human Error team. Lovely folks. And we're gonna basically put it to work. Backup is gonna be driving. It was one of the Combine fantasies, I think, that wanted to be fulfilled. And it was something that players kind of asked me about when Entropy 01 came out. They wanted to see an APC segment, so we're doing it. We're going to see if we can do it. We'll give it to you. I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's match the texture at the top there. There we go. Look at that. Matching the textures makes it look way nicer. Yep, drivable APC. Should be able to shoot things from it and everything. It's hopefully going to be really fun. Completely different for me as well as a designer. I'm more sort of interior, so it's going to be interesting to sort of push myself and do a bit of external sort of design. It's kind of hard to say how much longer Entropy 02 is going to be currently. I know it's going to be longer because it already is, in a sense, not longer than the whole game, but you have to imagine we're sort of, if we're working side by side currently, if you ran to chapter 3 in Entropy 02, it would take you longer than it would if you ran to chapter 3 in Entropy 01. So it's going to be a little bit longer. Telling the boys I'll hop into dev soon. What did I come here for? I came here for something. Sorry, I'm just idly just going through maps, going through the wrong map with spoilers in it. Shouldn't have done that. It's all good though. I need something from this map. What did I need? What was it? What the fuck did I need to pick up from this map? Fucking hell. What the fuck was it? It was the vents. It was the vents. In fact, I've got a vent in mind. Let's go! Love this. There's a really nice vent here, and it's good. That's the shit that we need. Let's just bring that. Okay. about this because we've got doors and shit. So the vent is probably going to be up here, casting shadows down onto here. This is where we're really going to get interesting with our design. This is like a prefabricated vent that we built, and I've been using it a lot because it casts some really lovely shadows. It's really cool. So instead of having to worry about placing light fixtures in these areas, a lot of the times you'll just see this vent kind of thing going on, and it kind of does everything. It looks interesting, it's a bit of detail, and it also lights the environment. So it's a win-win for us. Just make sure that we got everything again. And the other thing I'm going to do right now, before I fucking forget, look at that light map grid. No way. No way. Gotta be careful with our light map here. Gotta be careful with this. We don't want to overdo it, because if we overdo it, it won't work properly. We're just gonna bump that right down to 4 because this is 2019, and Source Engine should be able to handle that. There we go. And that's going to give us some real crisp shadows. Now we changed that light map, for those who aren't in the loop. That's going to give us some really crisp shadows, some cascade shadows from these bars here on the vent. It's just going to make it look a bit more abstract, and it'll just look nicer when it comes to actually running it. And we will try and run this map tonight, whatever stage we get to it. If I have to go whatever, before I go, I'm going to run this map. I'm going to run it, boys. Let's just see what these folks are saying. Not much. So I'll hop in there in a minute. I just want to finish this bit first. So what I'm going to have to do is I am going to have to make the ceiling now. Don't know if anyone mappers out there do this to make their ceilings, but it just makes life so much easier. You just go like this. Just like that. Just remember to freaking no draw it. There we go. Bingo wingo. All matches, it's all fine, that's not going to leak, it's not detail. Let's just grab that shitty concrete texture there for the ceiling. Just make sure, all shiny. Okay. God, it's so plain. Kind of reminds me of Black Mesa. Getting some real Black Mesa vibes from this. What I'm actually going to do is we're going to just bevel this wall. This is a really random thing to do, but it's great because I was talking earlier about space and how it's hard to detail areas if you've got like a lot of space. So we're just going to get rid of that space right now. Let's match with that origin in there. And we can make this look interesting. We can put some props in and stuff to make it look a bit more exciting. This is the frustrating part. One frustrating thing in Hammer, obviously, is you want to make sure that you're getting your... Look at that, did it in one. See, I instantly, just by plopping that in, I can instantly see a door here. Maybe, you know, it doesn't have to go anywhere. It can be what we call a dead-end door. But I can instantly see it. I can see a door there, just for detail. It could be a cleaning cupboard, something, anything like that. It's just really good to do this. What we could even do is, if we really wanted to, we could probably smooth this out a little bit more. I don't know if I'll do it. I don't know if I'll do it actually. Let's just leave it for now actually. Just thinking about snapping props to it and stuff like that, if I want things on the walls and stuff. I want it to look nice. Is that going to be face? It's probably going to be face because it's stretched. You notice this texture is stretched, so just switch it to face. If you're doing big clipping thingies like that. Cool, man. We're getting there. Getting there. Oh, what's happened here? Just check that on there. Make sure that that's not interacting with that. Through there, I know what's going to be through there. That is actually going to be a behind the scenes bit still. I've got that planned. There we go. We just want to slap a roof on this bad boy. Let's get that roof going. Just to remind you guys, I'm going to take a 5-minute break in a sec to grab a cup of tea. And then what we're going to do is I'll keep mapping, but I'm going to hop into the actual dev chat on Discord and see who's about. Probably bring that up to there, can I? It doesn't necessarily have to be. Yeah. Let's just dead end all this. This is a super lazy way of doing it. Some people might be like, oh my god, Bretman, I can't believe you're doing this. It's so lazy because you're not even bothering to put it through the thing. For now, it suits. It's just a door that is locked. Wow. But it just adds so much value to detail and stuff like that. Bloody doors. Might be later on that I actually do open that door up because we're going to have a corridor here, but that's going to be for a little while. Look at this. This is really bad. You see how I've sort of gone off the grid here? Try not to do that. Don't do what Breadman did. Don't go off the grid because if it can sort of cause problems. Obviously now I'm aware of this. I'm just going to be conscious that this is off the grid. But as I'm sort of progressing, I'll just have to be aware of that so I don't end up building my whole map with brushes that are off because the seams won't sort of blend properly and stuff like that. Okie dokie, good time for a break, so I'm going to go and grab a cup of tea. I'll be back in 5 minutes, and then I shall hop in developer chat and see who's in there, and should be fun. How's it going, folks? I'm back. Much needed break. So I'm probably going to go for another hour. I think I'll aim for another hour, and what I'll try and do before we finish the stream is I'll just try and run this map so we can just have a look at it. No matter where we are, what stage we're at with it, we'll just run it so we can just sort of hop in and have a look. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hop into the developer channel. Good evening, CW. If he is there.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy? Right. I think he's there somewhere. It's very quiet.
It is going good. Sorry, I should be listening to the stream instead of trying to listen to Discord.
Oh, it's all good. No problemo. What are you doing? What are you up to? What's going on? Having your breakfast?
And there's also going to be stream delay as well.
Yeah, there'll be stream delay.
Sorry?
There will be stream delay probably, because I've got a bit of that on my end.
Just finished having my breakfast and just finished having my shower.
Oh, brilliant. You had a shower. Well, fantastic. All set for the day then. Right, I really got to think about this. What am I going to do?
Yeah, getting ready for school, Russie.
Nice. Hope you have a good day, man. Hope it goes all right. Let's have a look. I'm just thinking about detailing right now.
Yeah, it's a fat Friday, so I'll have the rest of the weekend off.
Brilliant. I'm just thinking about detail. Don't want to go too crazy with detail right now, but let's just get some geometry in. That could be used for something. That's the something brush. Throw in some props. I tell you what, let's be really super lazy again. Let's grab props. Where are the other guys?
I'm so keen to play these new maps.
Just want to grab some familiar props. No. Come on. There we go.
Not sure where everyone else is. Trivy's playing Overwatch.
Oh, he's playing Overwatch.
Brandy's playing a game as well. I'm not sure where everyone else is. I'm not sure if they're joining. Hopefully they do.
It's all gravy. This can be like I guess like a turret area. Let's fix turrets up here. Drop one of those fucking tables that you see everywhere. You notice I'm trying not to spoil things when I'm flying through this map. So, I see a table there. Things will get interesting in a minute when I start dropping in rebels. Could have a computer on it, that could be kind of cool. Let's substitute that for one of those destructible ones. This is a computer case. Don't worry about the skin on this model. It is changed in the game. It's just because of my working directory. It still has the old model on it. What's that thing's fucking? Hang on a sec. Oh, that's good. Let's make sure that wire doesn't collide and get stuck in a wall. So there can be a computer up there. We could probably put a shelf or something here. You know, don't want to make it too complicated. Shelfie, shelfie. I'm going to take a shelfie. Wonder how long the rebels would have been hiding here. Could probably put down some bits and pieces like this. Spruce it up a bit.
Are you supposed to be muted in Discord? Because I feel like it's a little weird trying to talk to you through the stream.
No, I didn't realise I was muted in Discord. It's, I swear I have it set to just, oh, stupid fucking me. There you go. Hello.
Oh, cheers. Hello.
Sorry, I just assumed that it was working. Major.
I thought you... I didn't know what you were trying to do. I thought I was supposed to just listen into the stream and then talk to you through there, but it just made the conversation really awkward because of the stream delay.
I know, I was like, I just assumed that it was working and that you wanted to talk to me through the stream for some reason. Thank you, Evil Boy, by the way, for pointing that out. I've just fixed that. It's been a long day. I'm very tired. Thank you. Right. So we should have some light coming in from down here, from up here, and we should have some light coming from down here. I'm kind of concerned about this light down here currently. Don't actually know if we need it.
The orange lights and stuff.
Yeah, so down here, I mean, it's okay to have the orange thing, but I don't actually know if we need the actual light entities. I don't know if we're going to need them. I think it's going to be too much. I'm just going to strip them. And we'll see what it looks like when we compile.
Yeah, see how that goes.
See what it looks like. So I kind of had this vision of you'd have these rebels just sort of chilling out, kind of trying to figure out what their next move is going to be.
I was just thinking, having Boreal Alepht's blacksmith edited hammer tool or whatever would make this so much easier, because you can literally turn on lighting and stuff and see what it looks like.
Oh god, that's just... Don't even talk to me about that. It sounds amazing. Just so unbelievably fucking jealous. I would love that shit.
We were given a little sneak peek of it in another Discord server, like just a small sneak peek, and then he showed off the, preview lighting thing in the tool, and it was kind of crazy.
It's about time though, like Hammer could deal with that, because you look at a lot of other engines, they've all got real-time lighting going on. I know Source is obviously vastly different, but that would just make things so much better.
Yeah, they said they'll release it, I think, when Boreal Aleph comes out.
That's cool.
As well as everything else. So if you do plan on using Hammer like around that time when it gets released, then
absolutely.
come in Hammer.
Check it out.
Come in here. Yeah.
It's looking really good, that mod. Really, really good.
I'm so keen for it.
Same here.
But it's gonna be a long time before it comes out.
You reckon it's gonna be a while?
I reckon it'll be a while. Like until the full finished product comes out.
Longer than Entropy 02?
Yeah, probably.
Oh damn. That's a while. I thought that they were... I would have thought that they would have released before us. I don't know. Then again, I guess it's... Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long, to be honest, it's going to take us.
So. They don't have a lot of finished maps from what I've seen. It's a lot of like dev texture maps and stuff, and there's a lot of tests.
Lots of testing going on.
But I mean, they've got a lot of the engine improvements and stuff like nailed down. So I reckon they're close to start building the actual proper maps.
That'd be really nice to see them. You know.
Yeah.
I think Spencer's doing music for them as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure Spencer's got his own build of the project as well. So
That's nice. It's cool, man. It's fucking cool, dude. Let's sorry, I'm just gonna make sure that I no draw this properly. I'm doing this. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfecto. That just makes it look a little bit nicer. Let's think about this. I'm thinking. I don't really want these blue barrels upstairs because that kind of... Crates are always good. Let's have some of them.
yes.
Crates are just fucking generic as fuck. I love them. Look at that. The corner has been beautified. Let's chuck one of these in.
Easy.
Absolutely. Fucking entropy 0, mate. Entropy fucking 0. Okay. God damn it. Another shelf, maybe? It's kind of hard. I think I've done so many... Oh, I tell you what, maybe we have like a containment unit. And so many of these fucking aperture-like maps. I'm just getting sick of them. Like my... Bleh. Bleh.
We'll get to the outside eventually.
We will get to the outside eventually. I can't fucking wait. Desperate for that shit. How about a trolley? A good old fucking trolley.
Hell yeah.
Just trying to slap this together quickly so we can actually show it off.
Yeah.
I think this will be the first ever stream I think I've done where I've actually literally built a map from scratch and then I'm going to compile it and run it.
Yeah. That's gonna be good.
It's going to be good. I don't know.
I'm so glad I finished most of those Willy lines. I've just got a few more to go.
It's just a few more, but you've done great work on them.
Yeah, I'm super happy.
They add so much value to the game. He's a real character.
Yeah. Hopefully players do take him along
I hope so.
for the rest of the journey. If they don't, that's fine. He's a bit of a pain to carry around, but
that's the other thing, of course. One thing I'm considering, I've been considering that. So in all of my design decisions now, I have to remember that players might have Willy with them.
yeah.
Because we don't want to screw them up. But we don't really want to have to redesign entire segments because Breadman forgot that we were going to have Willy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'd just love to just chuck him in the APC, just open the back of the APC doors and just chuck him in there. That would require a new model.
Yeah, we'd need to modify it. But yeah,
it shouldn't be too hard.
It shouldn't be that difficult, really, because we could do... Oh, god damn it, I just hit lighting preview, now Hammer's going to explode.
No!
God fucking damn it, there you go, that's right. Sometimes that blows Hammer up big time. Retraced, dare I? No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I did that before and it just... yeah. Okay, that's really nice. That's sort of fleshed out a bit.
What was lighting preview supposed to do? Was it?
I can show you. It is literally supposed to give you a... I don't know if you saw that just then. In the background, it went and rendered this area. It sort of compiled this area of the map. But for some reason, it just does not fucking work. If I click on Ray Trace Preview, Lighting Preview, You can do shaded texture polygons, which is nice. It makes it look darker. You can see the decals and stuff. But if I do that again, that's not going to do it now. It tries to compile the lighting and it tries to display it, but it's just always been naff. It never works properly.
Yeah.
And it always looks different when you get in the game. One up D. Nice. Hey, bro.
Hey.
What were you going to say, CW? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you had a look into the? I think I mentioned it earlier in the dev chat at some point, like ages ago. But have you had a look into the source shader editor?
I haven't. Probably could do with looking at it.
Yeah.
Because it would make things even cooler.
Because I was thinking of using it for an improved night vision effect if we can get it.
Yeah, actually, no, I did. I saw the. I saw the video you sent me, and I think it's a really great idea. A really great idea to utilize that. Why isn't this lining up? It's driving me nuts. It's driving me fucking nuts. That's it. There we go. There we go.
Because I'd love the night vision to have this sort of very, very slight, like, blur effect, like proper night vision or whatever.
Yeah, what I've currently tried to do is I've tried to sort of replicate the lens of the Elite helmet, but it doesn't look great. It's really crude. Okay, this is where it's going to start getting interesting now, because I think in terms of geometry, I might chuck in another shelf. Woo. Or some pipes. Maybe some pipes. And then we're going to start putting rebels in and looking at some stuff like that. Oh, god damn it. What did I just press? God damn it. Those gas pipes are pretty good. Because they're modular. Let's get rid of them. Nice. Chuck a couple of pipes on the walls. Probably put some here as well. This is just...
Oh, the turrets just reminded me. I wanted to mention this for the boss fight of the thing.
Yes, yeah.
I would really like to have some way of, like, having a short period of, like, activating, like, portal turrets in that section to give you a little bit of backup.
As in, they would attack.
Like, yeah, they will attack because, you know, they're hidden away, so they would have bullets somewhere still stored. They weren't, you know, out and shooting about at zombies and stuff, so they should have leftover bullets.
We can look into that.
Yeah. I know. I don't want to make more work for you because we need to move on.
We do, but I mean, it's a cool idea to back the player up.
Yeah.
The challenge, when we suggest things like this, I immediately think of the challenge. What's required is potentially aperture turret NPC for that.
Yeah.
I don't know how difficult that would be, but we can look at it. So just for our viewers, I'll just say, so basically, just detailing this room at the minute. I'm not going to detail out here just yet. What I am going to do now is drop some rebels in. NPC rebel, look at that. Citizen.
So these rebels have been hiding out in here.
Yeah. They've been hiding.
Yeah.
Rebel brute. Oh, that's nice. I forgot we could do that. We could have a brute. I'll put some brutes in. Maybe just the one in here.
Should they spawn with weapons, or should they run to that table with the shotgun on it and pick it up, just to be like they've been hanging out here, so they're for a while, so they're comfortable, so they've just put their weapons down, and then, you know.
I think maybe at least for a few of them, I could leave them without weapons. I reckon one of them.
Yeah.
I could put a brute with a shotgun, and maybe maybe that's the whole thing about this scene, is how quickly you can gun them down before they run for their guns.
Yeah.
So like,
Because the player would have. Oh no, never mind.
Rebels 1, I'll call it. We could probably do some interesting things with this. Right, so he's an unarmed rebel. Tell you what would be really nice is if I could put the... I don't think the model's in for this yet, so it'll be a nice big fat error, but I'll chuck that on there for now. Just need to sort that out. Let's just... I could probably fix that now. Hang on. Hold the phone. Might be worth
Yes, the
doing.
error adds a lot to this area.
It does, doesn't it? It's really... I quite like that. I might leave that in, actually.
I just hate the red. I hate it. I like Portal's. I think it's Portal 2's error model better because it's blue.
Yeah, the error model for Portal 2 is blue, isn't it? What I'm going to do is just... I'll just come out of Hammer for a sec to refresh it. Let's just go back in and open that up. That may or may not have fixed it. I did not fix it, and I don't care anymore. I'll fix it.
What was it supposed to be?
It's the SMG2.
Oh, right.
It's the new SMG. Can Rebels use that? It's a really good point.
I don't know.
That's a really good point.
It's kind of a terrifying weapon if it's being used by the rebels. Because I played around with it, and it's pretty good weapon.
I think we can leave an SMG2 in here for the player. One of my main ideas for this whole area is when you leave this area, you should be sort of re-equipped with everything that you had before Chapter 3.
Yeah.
I haven't one up, simply because I haven't had time. You changed the model path. Oh, I should probably grab that then. It's been a kind of a weird couple of days for Entropy 02 because we've been sort of focusing on the patch for Entropy 01. So it's been a bit slow for EZ2 this week.
Okay, came for that patch.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be a cool patch. There's some cool stuff going on. It's got the new weapons too. Oh shit. Hold the phone. Hold on, everybody. Let me see if I can quickly grab this new FGD. Fucking hell, like. It's gonna give me a prompt. There we go. Just gonna hide that. Let's just have a look. Please bear with me, everybody. Technical difficulties. Well, they're not difficult really. It's just. Grab this latest FGD. Okay. I'll do that later. Because it's currently telling me, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when I'm trying to pull from the dev branch, it's telling me that dev doesn't exist. Don't know if that's something I should be worried about or not, but we'll just carry on. I'm sure it's fine. Right, anyway, thinking about it. Oh yeah, I probably am. Hang on. Oh no, I am in the correct workspace. Let's say, do I have to change my? Oh blimey, this might be a little bit complicated for the stream.
I think we should figure it out after the
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. We'll figure this out the stream. I don't have to grab the new FGD now. It would be nice. But it's all right. We can figure that out later on. It's fine. Right. Let's have. So we've got SMG. We've got shotgun. He can.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's
Hello,
Trivy.
Trivy.
Holy
It's
shit!
me.
Hello, Trivy. How?
I need to look in on the stream. I don't know what's going on.
Mapping.
We're doing some mapping right now. Just putting together this scene here. Just bear with me one up. Let me just. I'm gonna turn this.
Let's see how many views you got, bro.
I don't know. I've been busy.
17 watching right now.
Don't lie to him, man. Nobody's watching. You know, he's putting his hopes up.
Sorry.
It's all right. I like to be alone when I'm mapping. Right, hang on. Probably another. I don't know. I can't say one up. But don't worry about it now. One up. It's not. I don't have to fix this right now. It's all gravy, man.
Oh, is this the beginning of chapter 4, just as you're like coming out?
Yes, indeedy.
Yep.
So we've
Cool,
tonight
cool,
we've
cool.
built all of this. We come out of here. We've got this nice little fight here. You can chuck a grenade in there if you want, or you can go through this door, or you can go through this door. And there are a couple of rebels here that are sort of hiding.
So many doors.
So many doors. It's like a labyrinth.
So much room for activities.
Don't fucking start that. Oh, there's room for activities. Oh look, they can wield the SMG too.
Oh my. Is that a new thing added to the FGD?
I don't know, but it sounds fucking fantastic.
Yeah, see how it works. If they fire at burst fire or automatic or...
We'll give him one and we'll see what happens. That's fine, one up. If I'm still here, obviously hop in. If I've gone to bed, then...
Yeah, I'm not going to be around for too long because it's a Thursday and not a Friday. I got to get up in the morning.
All that
That's
bullshit.
super weird because it's a Friday for me.
Yeah, it's weird that.
But it's like Friday morning for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 1:15.
You gotta get a skew.
Gotta go to school.
Oh man. Should we put a chair here? I feel like there needs to be a chair here. Some sort of chair.
Yeah, there's some desks. There's not a lot of chairs.
You're gonna make it a new character and they're called Cherry.
Cherry, he's the new character. Who's gonna voice him? Should we get one up to do it?
Yeah.
No, we'll get that Robo guy from Lambda Gen.
Oh, actually, yeah, he did. Yeah, you know, I need to. I think it's Robo, isn't it? He's expressed an interest a couple of times, and I do want to give him a spot. Figure something out for that.
So what are we thinking for tunes in the APC?
I don't know, man. Some Tool, you know.
No, man, it's gonna be bad people, not good. Bad people, not good.
I'd love to get one of Jackson's remixes as one of the tunes in the APC.
Well, he's doing two songs for us. 2 tracks, I should say. Songs makes it sound like he's going to sing. 2 tracks for us. I spoke to him a little while ago, and he did say he was interested in helping us out, so we could use one of them. I did also speak to Spencer yesterday about the APC section, so Spencer might be able to produce something for us.
Sweet.
So it's pretty badass. Right, we got some signs. We got the light, hopefully. I'm just trying to think before I start dropping in nodes. Should we have another rebel? I mean, I'll make these guys more animated. We can do things like having them talking and stuff later on. Just for now, it's just to kind of get it down.
Have you learned how to use face poser yet?
I haven't had a fucking chance, mate.
Yeah.
I've been way busy, well fucking busy this week with work and everything. It's been a pardon me, really busy week. Forgive the belch.
Oh, No, I won't.
Oh dear.
You owe me a beer now.
Oh shit.
I'll turn up and I'll be like, yo, you fucking belched in my ears.
I belched in your
You
ears.
gotta get me a beer now.
Right in your face, listeners. Right,
How about
let's.
some Breadman ASMR?
Oh shit.
Belching in your ears.
That'll get me some more subs. Here we go.
Being more diverse.
Yeah, yeah.
All you have to do, you just gotta do your mapping streams with a whispering voice.
Just gonna add this fucking box here on this fucking crate.
Oh, you're triggering my asthma right now.
I need to hear the clicks.
The clicking.
Of the mouse.
As I click on the SMG2, I'm just gonna place it on
The
fucking crate.
SMG2 that currently looks like a regular SMG1, but it's not. It's the SMG2.
Oh, it's actually an SMG1, isn't it? It's an SMG1.
Oh,
The city was
have
lousy.
a little bit of lip smacking. Just like, I'm just gonna put this SMG down.
Wow, this is a nice SMG.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll do that for the next stream.
See, we're getting more watchers now. It's people tuning in for this
This is the ASMR.
mapping ASMR. We're gonna do some bad cop ASMR next.
Oh, that'll be the next fucking backup ASMR.
I don't even know what that would sound like with the
I
vocoder.
don't know. Fucking backup.
Probably just like
that.
static, just incomprehensible static. Can you imagine him trying to be like sexy in the bedroom? He's like whispering to his partner. It's just like, I don't know what you're saying.
Static insertion for a non-static specimen. Right, I reckon we put. Should we put some fucking batteries? Batteries.
Beatrice.
Batteries. Some
Batteries.
batteries. The batteries. I don't know if you guys saw the other day, there was a comment just after we had the discussion about Russian subs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was a comment on the video. Bear in mind that we haven't, really gone public about this. And yeah, so people want Turkish subs as well already.
How many? Yeah, but how many Turks do we have?
I can find out. I can find out. I can look at the.
Because we saw that
the
little
information
thing.
there, boy. I can have a look. Because we got like the breakdown, haven't we?
Yeah, so we should literally just go down that list and do it like that.
Do it. Prioritize it by sort of.
Yeah, how many people? So if there's one guy sitting in Guatemala or something, it's like, he wants subs as well. It's like, oh shit, look, sorry.
Is that how he sounds? Shit, no, seriously. If it's one guy on an island, I would totally sub the game for him.
Well, he would have to sub it himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
Yeah.
Scrap.
But he'd be like,
the
"Hey,
English
don't
subs.
know
Gotta get
how-"
these other subs.
Yeah. I
Totally
don't
do
know
it.
English. Sorry.
I don't speak English. I can't do it. Right, what am I thinking? Sorry, I'm sort of flying around the map currently. It's because I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Room is nice and detailed.
It's very nice, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to drop in some nodes to sort of give a bit of flavour to the map. And sort of...
Are you doing fucking Art Attack right now?
Yes, I am. It's good, isn't it?
Here's a map I made earlier.
I made this map earlier. God rest his
And then
soul.
you just pull out a fully made chapter 4. Just like, here's what I made earlier.
Now here's a fucking chapter that we did earlier. It's fucking huge currently. It's absolutely fucking gargantuan in size, and you get the idea. You get the idea.
Can you just a sweary Art Attack?
A sweary art attack, yeah. So,
Man, I really fucking love glue sticks, I do, don't you?
I love huffing them sometimes, even though they're non-toxic. They don't do shit. They just smell really
I
good.
just like the smell. Chemicals.
Chemicals going up my fucking nostril holes.
Maybe we could do Bob Ross mapping.
I'm just gonna put in another node here. Yeah, fucking Bob Ross. Holy shit.
Happy
Yeah,
little
but,
accidents.
I'm
I'm gonna have a little backup right over here.
I want to give this node a friend because everyone needs to have a friend. Oh my god. One up, that's a great idea. That's something I'll probably do. Chuck in some hints and shit so that they actually crouch. What a fantastic idea.
And don't forget your willy. Everybody needs the willy.
Everyone needs the willy. You fellow fucking hit. Go Londoner. Do my fucking proper London fucking node hints in it, bruv. Right, let's have a look. What is it? Is it fucking cover? It's crouch cover medium because it is actually psychic. It's the psychic variant of. Oh, fucking! I'm turning into Derek Akora now. Fucking Sam. It's the fucking psychic equivalent. Let's just switch. I'll tell you what. We could probably use that for cover as well. Getting very silly now. Getting very silly. It's because I'm tired.
Have you written any like dialogue for chapter 4 yet?
No, I haven't written any.
Cool.
But I think what worked really well with the last map we did is where we sort of wrote. I did the dialogue towards the end of it. I think that really was a good move because sort of
things change and you like realize, oh shit, I need another line.
Sort of using sort of writing the dialogue around the maps rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
Just to answer one up D's question, I haven't used battle lines yet. We might be able to spice this bit up with them. Delicious battle lines.
Battle lines.
Okay, so
battle lines.
None of this is lit out here. I don't really care about that yet. Okay. We could probably go with sound scripts. What sound scripts? That's a really good fucking point, actually. I don't think I was using sound scripts. Or was I? Do you know what? I don't think I was. This was back in the early development when Red Band didn't use fucking sound scripts.
Oh.
That's a bit of a pain in the ass cheeks because don't really want to have to slap that together right now. I'll do the ambience later on. The ambiance.
How's the 3.0 patch for Entropy 01 coming along?
It's going really well. So I think we've just about finished all of the mapping for it, which wasn't very much really. It was like...
Oh, what have you changed mapping wise?
Oh my god, I'll have to pull up the list. Hang on. Hold on now, because I've got a fucking list of this.
I asked because I've been translating the Russian dudes in the chat. Yeah, don't think I don't fucking know what you're saying in there.
Holy shit. I didn't know you speak Russian, Trivy.
Wow. I don't.
Carry on, sorry. That was funnier to me than it should have been. Wow.
Wow. Just wow.
How you doing that? Okay, here we go. Let me look at this list. I'll tell you right now. I'll give you all the fucking information. This is fucking hot off the press. Entropy 01 patch version 3.0. CW has done a whole bunch of brand new weapon sounds, which sound wicked. So those are in.
Are those like from EZ2 as well? Or are they like even different from EZ2?
I think they're a bit different, aren't they? CW.
The AR2 weapon sound for Entropy 01 is different compared to
it should be a
Entropy
prototype.
02 one.
That makes sense.
And the pistol has a new sound.
Oh yeah, the pistol
well
sounds way
AZ1.
better. Sounds really good now compared to what it was, I think. There's been a load of a lot of the code changes for Entropy 02 came across. So things like snow surface materials and stuff like that we sort of bought into Entropy 02. So we've brought them back. I changed. I can't remember who raised it in Discord the other day. The cops should have been from City 17, but in the current build, it says they're from City 10. That's like a really old remnant of development. So I changed that back. So those cops now have the City 17 emblems on them, which is cool. I nerfed C-Flu a little bit because endless complaints about that. I've nerfed the end boss considerably as well. Actually plays a bit nicer now. It's not much of a chore, so that's good. What else did I do? Zombie damage nerfs. There'll be so many people going to be glad about that. We've nerfed zombie damage to make it a little bit more.
Oh yeah, it
friendlier.
was pretty crazy.
It was like really high. So we've done that. In terms of map changes, obviously we have the sea flu nerfs. That requires map changes. So we've done all that.
Oh,
And
I literally never had any issue with sea flu, so I don't know where that's coming from.
it's just
I
People
forgot I
found
even
it
had
annoying.
it.
it's just annoying. So the way I've nerfed it is it doesn't impede your walk speed as much as it did.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So and it's
That's good. It's because it made me stop jumping
yeah.
as well when it happened.
It probably will still do that. It will probably stop you from jumping. But I could take that out. Actually, maybe that's worth doing.
Because there was a point where I had the sea flu in the previous map. I was in the elevator, and there's this little point where at the bottom of the elevator where I can't get out of the elevator because I can't jump anymore because I have the sea flu from the last map.
That's a really
So-
fantastic game breaking bug. So I will
So
fix that. How did you get out of there in the end, or didn't you?
I didn't.
Oh,
I couldn't.
He's still in there to this day.
Ripperoni. Okay. Let me just grab some vents. Hang on.
Right, I'm just gonna blow some minds for some people right now. Привет, русские друзья. There you go. That's gonna blow some minds.
What did you just say? That's amazing.
Oh, that's the thing. Only your Russian friends will know.
Oh, okay, all right. You're telling them that Breadman has a fat ass or something.
No, they'll be like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
What do you think?
Even they don't
Because
understand.
I'll have some crazy accent on that they're just like, "Stop."
There we go. Let's chuck a little box
and
up there.
here come all the responses, I reckon.
Well, you know, we got a huge Russian following with Entropy Zero. It's massive. It's the second biggest following, I think, player base wise. Can't remember. Have to look at the stats. Right. It's getting late, so I'm going to compile this right now. We're going to catch leaks, and then we're going to jump in.
Yay, they understood me. Yay.
Привет.
Okay, I think that's going to do it. We've got this all here set up. What color correction are we using? We're using the correct correction. The correct correction is what we are using. It's not going to be disabled, so we're going to start with that.
Sorry, are we doing something important? Am I meant to be here?
No, it's just a mapping stream with some bants and shit.
We're just chilling.
Oh, is it
Chilling.
a public mapping stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, whoops. I mean, I'm always here when I'm meant to be here.
It's
What
all,
are you on
it's all
about?
gravy, man.
I never, ever miss something important that I'm meant to be here for. I have never...
He's a good employee.
Not in my entire time here have I missed something. I've also not, of course, forgotten to give the files for the thing I did
He
earlier.
always turns up to the office
I've
on
completely
time.
forgotten to give anybody the files for that. Actually, to be fair, I haven't forgotten. It's just I have no idea. It's like I don't trust myself to do it with what Blix sent me. So I'm deliberately speaking ambiguously here because I can't remember whether we're meant to talk about this or not. And the last time I talked about something we weren't meant to talk about, I had to stop talking very quickly. So I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk in very broad and vague terms. That the thing that I did that is the big thing, that Blix worked on a bit as well. I don't know if I'm going to just end up bugging it up if I try to implement Blix's thing too. So I was just going to give him the stuff and let him do it.
Sounds good.
I figured that was probably the safest bet because I don't trust myself to not bugger it. Yeah, and I guess that's like the last major thing to do, isn't it? Because I've done all the other major things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to chase up that other thing with my person.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool.
He's just he's a tiny bit busy, and I'm still trying to get the stuff I need from him because he's busy and he's had to cut back on his work a little bit at the moment. But once he's done the next thing that I'm getting him to do, I will see the idea in his head and see if he's okay with it. Because as I said, technically speaking, I can make use of it too because it's based on the
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm gonna stop talking there because it's almost giving away too much.
Yeah, it's all
if
good.
people know, if people know what I do. Anyway, yeah, okay. If there's anything else like really big that just comes to you, then by all means, just I prefer to work on something that's gonna take me 8 hours because then I can just kind of blast it. You know what I mean? Instead
Yeah.
of doing little tiny things here and there.
I'm sure we'll think of something.
I'll obviously implement the thing. If my guy does the thing, I'll implement it. I'll rig it and all that. So
Perfect.
that'll be a kind of semi big thing, I guess.
That's cool.
Um,
Yeah. There may be. We don't really know yet. We've got this situation with the APC and with Willy, and we
yeah.
really want a means to be able to attach Willy somehow to the APC or to
You want to find a way to attach a willy to the APC.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want to do that. That's in
Right,
fact
okay.
it's really important that we can attach a Willy to the APC.
That is a core goal at this present time, a core development goal.
It is
Or
absolutely.
or if we could put the willy inside the APC.
If we could put it inside, that would be good as well.
Have you figured out a means of having it so that the player has a conundrum of leaving him behind and having to find an out of the box way to bring him through?
I haven't done it out of the box. It's more of a social character thing. So, without spoiling it too much, there is a door, and it is the final door, and the player's like, you say your goodbyes, and then you carry on for a bit, and then you come across another door, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna need that little fucking Willy to get through this door. So you go all the way back and you pick him up, and he's very happy because he believes that you're going to take him with you. And then you unlock the last door, and if you're a cold, heartless bastard, you actually leave him there then. And it plays out really nice. Well, I think it will play out really nicely. It's more of a... It sort of gives...
Right. So you're not doing the thing where like you can't like take him with you because he holds the door open, but if you like go on a bit, you can actually, if you want to, like find a way to bring him with you.
Initially that was the plan, but I really think we can get more out of it with the characters by doing it in a way that sort of, he's going to get his hopes up because bad cops come back for him. But in bad cop's head, it's just, no, there's just another door, and he doesn't care.
Okay.
And Willie's all like, oh my god. I think he says something like, I knew there was a nice guy in there. There it is. And then you end up leaving him at the last door.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
So it's, I think that's going to work a bit better.
So it's up to the player. Nice.
Up to the player. It's all about giving the player choice. Just extends replayability and stuff like that. So, with all that shite in mind, let's just copy these cube maps. I'm going to compile in a sec because I'm getting very tired. I'm going to run a compile.
Yeah, I want to see this before I go to bed.
See what the lighting looks like. It might look completely naff.
And I will absolutely tell you if it is, because that's what I get a hard on for.
And
good lighting.
Good lighting. And yeah, we'll just see it. And this will literally be the first map I've built from scratch on a stream and jumped into. So we'll compile now. I don't know if the stream will drop. I don't know if the map's big enough for that. We'll soon find out. The stream might drop. Who knows? No, look at that. It's just done it straight away. Is there any leaks? No leaks. Fantastic. We're good to go.
You'll compile it and just be like, leak, 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 leak.
Leaking all over the fucking place. This is the first time in Entropy 0 that we shall run Chapter 4, Map 1. Let's have a look. Hold on to your butts, everybody.
Clenched.
Clenched tight.
Oh dear. Oh man. So like recently, right? Okay.
Yeah.
As it were, I've begun partaking in the Tinder.
I thought
right?
you were going to say drugs, so I was going to get really worried there.
Yeah, no, I abuse drugs all the time. I punch them to tell them to go away. Go away, drug. You suck.
So you've been participating in the Tinder.
In the Tinder, as
Okay.
it were.
Oh my
Because
god.
one of my friends was like, "Yo, David, you need to get back into the fishing pool, my man." And I said, "That's all well and good, But as I like to say, I'm a 6.5 of the personality of an 8.5. But I'm still a 6.5. And Tinder is 90% what you look like. Right? About the only thing I have going for me is I'm exceptionally ginger. Right? I got a gigantic head of hair. Right? And also I am gigantic. Like I'm 6'5", you know. So that is like a plus as well, I
These
guess.
are
But
all
you
good
can't.
traits. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, as I say, like I reckon, like I don't look like a typical nerd because I keep good care of myself, but I do look like a nerd, right? So naturally, I was like, me on Tinder, that is gonna be tragic. And he goes, no, give it a go, give it a go. So I give it a go, I give it a go, and first day I got a match. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
this is probably set up either by the Tinder team or someone accidentally swiped, right? Because always the only frame of reference I have for any of my mates what used it, right? Another mate of mine who's very nerdy. He's in Romania though. I guess maybe that might change it a bit, but yeah. He's even done photo shoots. Like he looks a fair bit better than me. And he said that he only got a Tinder match after like 2 weeks of using it like hours a day, right? Because he was very desperate at this point in like time. He got one match and the girl said sorry, it was an accident to swipe, and immediately unmatched him.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Which was unfortunate,
cold.
and that was enough. That was enough for him to give up the whole experience. But anyway, I got a match on the first day, and I was like, well, clearly must be an accident or something, or it's a bot or whatever. And it wasn't a bot, and it wasn't an accident. I actually don't know why she swiped right on me.
I've been married for 5 years now.
I've been married for 5 years, and I need some excitement in my life. She's 19. I would be worried if she was married for 5 years. But that would be concerning. Sincerely concerned. But um, but we really hit it off. She really likes Nintendo and a bunch of other
Sweet.
stuff. And she'll eat anything apparently, which is a plus because so will I.
Oh,
And you know what? And,
anything.
and eating anything is a really good thing because when you're a man, that means you don't really have to actually think about where you're going to take them.
Yes, I
Uh,
did wonder what you were going to say then, but yeah, absolutely.
Max
no, I wasn't. I wasn't going to make it a sex thing. Okay, I'm a gentleman.
I think
Right?
we've had enough Willy in this stream for one night.
I
Oh,
am a
yes.
gentleman with the sense of humor of a
There's
15-year-old.
already Willy
Okay,
all
but
over
I'm
the screen
still
right
a
now.
gentleman. Right? Yeah, there is plenty of Willy in this stream without me adding to it.
It's on the screen right now.
There you go. See, I don't have the stream open, so for all I know, this Breadman could have actually put on his webcam, and I could be missing out here. But
I don't think he
but
has a webcam.
I
well,
do. I do.
you didn't think he
Do
does.
it,
He did,
do
but I
it,
bet he
do
does
it.
now.
Oh, great. I have to do this joke now.
Face reveal.
Great.
You think you do, but you don't.
Redman actually has to put his Willy on the stream now. But no. Anyway, so as it were, right? Okay, right. So connect with her. She's great and everything, and all hyped up and everything. And we go and we're talking about dates, obviously, right? Because we've hit it off so immediately. And since we both love Super Smash Bros. Melee, right, which is the best Super Smash Bros. Game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? She says,
Yeah.
"Oh, we should play against each other sometime." And now I'm here like, okay, right. So on the one hand, she's inviting me around, but on the other hand, I'm a socially awkward nerd, and I don't want the first time I speak to a girl I've never met before to be in her personal space. Right?
Oh, it's
The
gonna be
two,
fine, man. She's inviting you to Smash. Like, go for it.
I mean, well, yeah, I know, but bear with me here. But I mean, like, I obviously had two concerns. One, what if I can't stand her, then I've got to find a reason to escape her house. And two, what if she,
Yeah.
what if she can't stand me, then she's got to find a polite way, or well, not polite way, I guess, to boot me out. So there you go.
The
Well,
way
here's the thing: just don't think about it too much.
Anyway, I just suggested we go out for lunch first, and she went, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm up for that." So that's cool, and that's
sad
when
face.
that's when she said she's up for eating anything.
I thought you were gonna say she's up for anything. Now it's like,
she's telling you that she wants to smash, and then she's saying she's gonna eat anything. It sounds like you're in, man.
yeah.
I mean, it does sound like I'm in there, doesn't it? But
You get to her house and she doesn't even have a Nintendo.
Holy shit! You know what kind of Smash Brothers we're gonna be playing? You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know what Smash Brothers means in that tongue.
Oh shit!
She has,
I think that means
Yes,
something
brothers.
different, man. Sorry, I think that's possibly not quite what I'm looking for.
Oh shit!
But yeah, so I've lost my train of thought now. Thinking of Smash Brothers, the game. So anyway, what was I gonna say? Okay, right. Anyway, she lives a fair bit further away than I thought. I thought 9 kilometers was closer than Mount View, from where I live, which is like an hour and 20 minutes on the train.
Yeah.
Which I thought Mount View was closer than that.
We
But
have a mountain in England.
no, it's in London.
Okay.
It's yeah, it's a very small hill outside. That's
Oh,
what
okay,
counts.
okay.
That's a
That's what
mountain.
counts as a mountain in England.
In
this bit.
central London, a very
It's a-
small hill, right?
Yes, yeah. At least in central
It's
London.
literally like an incline of maybe 4 degrees, right? Okay, it's actually the size of it, right? 4 degrees. Um, but anyway, so she lives in Mount View, which is a bit away. So I suggested let's meet at Clapham Junction because I figure that's probably a decent middle ground. Anyway, all this is basically leading up to the point that I've kind of like put all my emotional eggs in one basket with this girl, and I'm not really interested in pursuing anything else for the sake of awkwardness before then, right? But right, the aforementioned context of I underestimated how far away 9 kilometers was, right? There was
Right.
another girl who said she was really into Marvel and Disney, right? And I had swiped right on her, right?
Yeah.
And I just matched with her now, and I mean, I'd probably have ignored it anyway, because I'm trying to kind of focus on this one girl at the moment. But I'm definitely going to ignore it because she's 43 kilometers away.
Oh,
Which
Jesus.
I thought you were just going to say she's 43. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Hey, if she was 43, but she looked alright and like Disney and Marvel, I don't know.
Yeah, man, I'm not ageist.
Yeah, you know, but I just mean, you know, the main thing is that's significant distance. I don't even know how far away that is. Like that's probably like further than if I were to go to the other side of London from where I currently am. I'm already on like the outskirts, right, of West London. That's probably like on the far side of East London and like past it. I don't even know how far 43 kilometers is in miles. Okay,
Coolly.
I can't figure out how to change it on Tinder. Haven't put enough thought
Just
into it.
numbers on there and be like, yeah, it's for like 45, 46, 47 miles.
It's like, actually, it's quite significant.
I just wanted to show off our new sparks. Sorry.
Oh, is
Sorry.
1.3 even. So that's miles away. So if I on me,
So
well, is this for chat? Oh,
Oh shit, that's a bit. Okay, the dust kick up was a bit too much there.
we're going to get rid of that. That's going. Ignore that. Yeah, these
Might
are the
be able to
new
see
sparks,
for it,
but
but
they're not done yet. We're planning on giving them bounce, so that they bounce on the terrain. But it's quite nice. It's all sort of in a move to sort of improve these effects. I can't help but notice
Dust
that
is
this...
like a bit of a bloom.
Yeah, that will go. I mean, that is... we're sort of in the process at the minute of changing things in terms of our effects. But yeah, I just thought... I didn't know if you guys had seen these yet. They are kind of new.
No,
okay, yeah, that could put her as far away as Reading. So I don't know about that. Anyway, yeah, that's it.
Are those done by the particles guy? Or
Not yet. So... Oh, hang on, sorry. We just hopped into the map that we've built tonight.
Oh,
Color correction makes this elevator look really, really green. And it's taking a little while. I may have done this really quick too. Okay, let's go. Now, bearing in mind here that it is pitch black because we didn't light out here, that's fine. In there, it's going to be lit. It's lit! Can we see the rebels? We can't see the rebels. Should we go in and kill them all? It's going to be really harsh. Alright, one thing I've noticed straight away. Get that fucking door shut. Shit, son. I can't see.
Discord.
Oh, shit. Okay, so a couple of things. I made a huge mistake by...
it is way too dark in there.
Yeah, it is way too dark, and that's because I'm using Chapter 2's color correction, where I should be using Chapter 3's color correction initially. to sort of get us through this bit.
Oh, you keep cutting out for me on the voice.
I know
Yeah.
Discord is doing the same for me as well. And, you know, CW, what we were saying about having the lights here, I think we're going to need them. Because it's just too dark. Way too dark. Actually, it was a woman.
Fucking dark. Everything is.
Dark as fuck. Let's quickly address this before I go to bed. Let me pull up fucking hammer. I require hammer.exe. There we go. It's very dark because of our color correction that we're using. We need to actually be using the color correction from chapter 3. Did we even use color correction in chapter 3?
No, we turned it
Don't.
off because it made everything look
Did we?
weird.
Holy crap. I thought we had it on.
Because you did originally have some, but then I redid the lighting and I said turn color correction off because it just looks weird
that's
otherwise.
Right. Yeah.
And then I think the best thing to do with chapter 3 is wait until after I've tinkered with it and handed it over, and then we're happy with it, and then do color correction if you feel the need to.
That's fine. So I'm going to rip out that color correction because that's the reason why this was so dark, because it's designed for blue lights. I completely missed that.
Why is Entropy 01 so dark?
There's a really, really embarrassing and silly story behind that. It's because the monitor I was using when I made the entire mod was bright.
Oh,
Oh my god. I cannot believe that.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Because I was literally playing it and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, the lighting is terrible in this kid's fucking mod.
Really, really bad. And I released it and everyone's like, the fucking light's so dark. The thing,
can't see.
a lot of the alpha testers though didn't, the beta testers I had didn't say anything about it.
Maybe they just thought, oh, I'll just keep my mask light on the entire time. But yeah, it's like night and day playing Entropy 02 to Entropy 01, where it's like, fuck, I can't see. And then it's back to, oh, everything's...
I had
I think
Go on.
it wasn't so bad because when I was testing, because I was testing chapter 2.
Yeah, chapter 2 is quite...
Particularly dark
outside.
chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those bits weren't so bad, but all the indoor bits were like pitch black almost. You cannot go around those levels without turning your flashlight on. Well, your mask light.
It's very frustrating. I had a classic fucking facepalm moment when but basically I got on this new monitor that I'm using now, and I decided I'm just going to run through Entropy 0. And I was like, fuck, it's so dark. What the fuck is going on? And after a while, I put 2 and 2 together and realised, oh shit, it's my old monitor.
Dude, maybe one day you should just give me all the VMFs and I will relight the entire mod for you.
Take a crack at it if you like. I mean, you can have a look at the VMFs that are in. Almost you should wait until the update.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. This incredibly long elevator ride should be a little bit brighter now. In fact, we'll probably find out that it's going to be way too bright.
You could do some, put some elevator music in there.
That's a good idea. I added a light here just because it was irritating the shit out of me. I'm going to have to do some light spillage control through here as well. Oh, I like that.
Wait, we can't see anything on the screen, by the way.
Oh shit, hang on, that's a really good point. It's because of OBS. There's me basically being like, oh, I really like that, looks fucking brilliant, that is. You guys can't see it. Fucking hell. Here we go, we're back. Looks really nice in here. Much nicer than it did, at least. Excuse me. Oh shit. These fucking doors closing by themselves. They're pissing me off. Should we try the Zen grenade?
Man, they're kicking your ass.
Kicking my fucking ass. Kicking my ass because the doors keep closing. Oh shit, it spawned a head crab. Howie! Oh, it spawned a slime head crab. We need to put in the variants. Slimy little bastards. I think, CW, I think this turned out quite nicely. It's a bit bright. I mean, that's like, oh, fucking hell.
Sorry, what did you say?
Sorry, I'm saying I think that looks quite... It's burning my corneas out.
Eh.
Is it
This is a bit bright.
It's a bit bright.
It's like it's the HDR glow, isn't it?
Yeah, we can quickly address that. Oh, this fucking OBS shite. Where the frig
Bugger.
is it gone?
Booger and damn.
Bugger and damn. I'm gonna have to go soon,
Alright.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, can I?
getting
I
late.
need to talk to you before you go, but after the stream.
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
Hold on a second. Okay, okay. OBS has given up. It has given up.
Oh shit.
I'm pointing at a hammer and it is just giving me a black screen. I think that might be a sign.
Show's over, folks.
Probably time to go to bed. So I can wake up tomorrow. Keep going with this. Yep. Okay. Let's see if it'll at least change to that. Oh, there you go. Does that. Does that at least. Okay. So we had a little look. We built this from scratch. This is the infancy of Chapter 4. It's been quite cool to actually just do it live. There's obviously a heck of a lot of work to do on it, which I'll be doing over the next couple of weeks. Woohoo! And I'll also share that as well whenever I can. There'll probably be another couple of mapping streams coming up, especially as we get to the outdoor bit, because that's going to be cool.
Oh yeah, did you say you can't do a meeting at the weekend because you're busy?
Yeah, I'm busy. I am busy. So I'm afraid I'm busy. I've got a massive update to Entropy 02. I've just done a lot of work on it, and I haven't given you guys a build yet, so it's kind of like building up. So I've got a lot
delicious.
lot of stuff. If you want to look at what's pending, go onto Trello, look at the latest. It says current build. I've actually got a thing in there, upcoming. There's a ton of stuff in there.
Ooh.
I don't mind waiting for new builds.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to iron out before I move on properly with Chapter 4. So half of it's already done. What I'm going to be doing probably tomorrow and for the next week when I get time is I'm probably going to be doing the Willy lines in Chapter 3 and sort of getting all that going. And then carrying on here with Chapter 4. It's been good to show this off.
Very Gucci.
It's been very cool.
Good
I shall now end the stream. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
See ya.
Bye bye.
See y'all.